Went to bed late last night.
Some time you still look like an angel. I heard you're doing fine. Got promoted back in April, and you met someone. Your dad says he's okay. Well, I've never been better. Things are going my way. I sleep like a baby. I never show up late for work. I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely since you said goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you, but you know I never lied. Yeah, I met somebody too. She's a model out in LA, and she's begging me to move. She says Malibu is really great. I ain't decided if I'm going or not, but at the end of the day, I sleep like a baby. I never show up late for work. I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely since you said goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you, but you know I never lie. things are going my way. Hey, I sleep like a baby. I never show up late for work, but I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt, but I ain't been lonely since you said goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you, oh, but you know I never lie.
Feels good to, when you have the blues, just play a little country song that talks about hurting and drinking whiskey and all that good stuff. Good morning. Mets in 6. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Shout out to the Mets. That was a nice little glimmer of happiness, I guess. I'm not even a Mets fan, but I like the Mets. I'm happy to see them win in the fashion that they did. I enjoyed watching the Frank the Tank video, seeing him happy and emotional. That was good. That was great. Why do you associate whiskey with country music? Not Korn's best take, that's for sure. Good morning, everybody. Rise up. It's our year. Kirk Cousins legacies. Primetime Kirk. Please stop. This chat already making me want to play in traffic steak. I'm going to be right there with you, brother. Laughing face. Good morning, boys. Loading up for a great weekend. Hello, Matthew Martin. Hello, YouTube gang. Hello, Twitter gang. Good morning. Hope everybody is having a nice Friday and looking forward to the weekend. I really hope Greg's name today is going to be You Like That. Yeah, that would be great. Bucs defense is super good at tackling. Yeah. No, they're not. They're very, I mean, I understand. I get the tone that I pick it up. They're not good at tackling. They were terrible in coverage. And I don't even know if it was so much the players or the scheme, probably both. It was just it wasn't a very well coached game. And the defense really was tough. I knew it was going to be Kirk in the Falcons' best effort. I just knew it. I knew it going into it. That wasn't surprising. It was a little surprising to me, even expecting a good game from Kirk, just how open everybody was. I mean, it was crazy. What's up, Goots? Good morning. Congrats on the Mets. Thanks, I guess. LOL, MAO, rep. You could be worse. You could be a Rays fan. Thank you, Jay. That's very nice. Pissed off, disgust. Yep. Bucs +3 put me in an early grave. Yep. That one hurt. That one fucking hurt. It really hurt. It's hard to get over. I'm pretty good in my old age about moving on from losses. You saw, did Notre Dame losing to Northern Illinois even faze me? No, I expect that. But I wanted that one. You know, I've been down on the Bucs for quite some time, and I know I got shit on it. Like, what do you mean you won a Super Bowl? Yeah, that was great. Don't get me wrong. It was great. Don't get me wrong. But it was also like we hoard ourselves out with Tom Brady. You know, it wasn't the same. So I'm in on this Bucs team. I really am, and I like that they've got some scrappy dudes and some gritty players. McCollum is a fucking badass. I thought that Logan Hall guy played great. Vita Vea is awesome. Levante David is still making plays, but they have some nobodies in the secondary, and KJ Britt is just a really bad linebacker. Not too late to buy a Falcon Super Bowl ticket. I couldn't believe that. What in the world? I mean, seriously, what in the world? If you have a Falcon Super Bowl ticket, what in the world makes you think 3-2? I don't care. There is nothing about this team to me that says Super Bowl. Nothing. Hodge took a 5-yard slant to the crib. Hashtag tough. Yeah, that was tough. Good for him, though. He seems like a nice guy. I see him on Twitter talking about he's not even going to downplay it. Like that was the moment of his life. Good for him. Good for him. You like to see that kind of stuff. You really do. I'm going through it this morning. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. It sucks. And my rant got discovered by Falcons Twitter, so I've just been getting roasted left and right. Although they've been pretty friendly about it, so that's cool. Taj, we're not doing this right now. Could be worse, and you could be a Cowboys fan. I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. Congrats on Tropicana getting the Savannah Banana next year. Thank you. Fuck the Mets. Yep. Fuck you and Frank. Thank you. Our year. Stop that. Hey, boss. What's up, Blaine? How are you? Perk Cousins, too. Yep. Good morning, DJ. Rough night? Question mark. Yes. LOL. Hodge was covered in pig grease. Yeah. I just don't. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. 500 passing yards is mental. It's wild. Amazon Prime just dropped a new player doc about the NHL playoffs this past year. Ooh, that sounds fun. And it first NHL game at noon. Is it really? Is it the first NHL season game? I'm not ready. I'm going to get ready. Don't worry. I'll crank. Crazy how bad the defense was for two defensive coaches. Yep. Morning, Deej. What's up, Donnie? How are you? Hated the play calling at the end by the Bucs. Hated it. And also, why were they rotating different running backs every play in the final drive? Did anybody even notice that? Rashad got the handoff, then Bucky got the handoff, then Rashad got the handoff, then Bucky got the handoff, and then Bucky fumbles. It's like, get your fucking guy in there and just keep him in there. And I don't think Bucky, a fucking rookie in primetime in a short week, should be carrying the ball. I just don't. I thought that should have been Rashad. I don't care if you're getting fucking 2 yards as opposed to 7. I don't care. Ball security. I found a book called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. Bought 2 copies. Jihaz, hit me up on a DM on Twitter. I got you $25 free bet or cash, whatever you want. Hit me up. That was that was good. That was good. You're the first one too. First one. Jihaz, I've never seen your name in here before. I don't know. Pardon me if you have been in here. I don't know if you're a first-time chatter. That was good, though. That made me smile. Thank you. Who would have thought it was going to be a shootout? Hello? 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 I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn in a fucking Bucs loss here, but did I not say? I mean, this is the thing. You got morons like Fat Girl. Just kidding, by the way. It's nothing personal with Fat Girls. I love Fat Girls, but he's my enemy because he keeps sucking the Falcons' dick so much. But I mean, did I not say, hold on, let me go show you this tweet. Did I not say we were going to get Kirk Cousins' best game as a Falcon? Let me show you. There you go. Share screen. I need more of that country song. Here we go. No love for points tonight? Interesting. Big one in the South. I see both teams coming out aggressive and sadly think Kirk has his best game as a Falcon. Game script. By the way, shout out to the guy in my DMs. I'll post it later. Somebody hit a $26,000 parlay based off of the game script. I shit you not. It's in my DMs. I will show you. Okay, positive note. Offense looked phenomenal. They did look very good for the first half. Yeah, love the future with Bucky. Me too. Bucky Irvin's that dude. Yep, I do too. I like the future for the Bucs. Absolutely. I'm still waiting on a white TD. Yep. Apparently there's a hockey game at 1. Had no idea. Ran out of gas on the 50 run. Sad. Yep. DJ Crank. And what's up? Skip the intros. Funfetti cookie first score. Dude, that cookie's so good. I'll give him that. Motherfucker was fast as fuck. It was his moment. Yep. Sabres versus Devils. Lindy Ruff revenge game. No shit. Yeah, it made 0 sense. DGen, long-time listener. I was just wondering you're interested in coming on our Talking Falcons podcast. That's actually really funny. That is funny. I'm not even joking. That is funny. Talking Falcons podcast. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? I don't know, actually. I would prefer, by the way, if you're going to put a dad joke, put the answer in the same one. Don't leave me hanging on suspense like that. We love Dirty Bird Dicks. Yep. W2. Kirk breaking Matt Ryan's record on his retirement night was scripted. Yep. Sigh. I think I like that tweet as well. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this cell. That's okay. I'm not rubbing your face in shit by any means, Donnie. I just wanted to make sure people were aware. Even though I am a Falcons hater, I still saw this coming. I didn't see it coming like that, though. Let's put it that way. My exact score would have been 27-24. Come to think of it, got pretty close. Fat Girls, yep, that was funny. 10 tickles. That's good. I like that. Listen, so Greg's going to come on, by the way. Greg. Greg is going to hashtag bless us with his presence, which we all love because we don't get it very often. Steak, by the way. Steak has been kicking ass this football season. Coming on the stream with me every Wednesday, talking college football. Going on Owner's Box, doing Ramble on Saturday, coming on Prop Talk Sunday, Steak, and then Greg. I know Greg is hella corp, not that Steak isn't. Greg's got a newborn, but he really handles the newsletter. Newsletter, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, go out there and subscribe on the website. You can do so for free. Our newsletter is out this morning in your inbox. 5 plays in the NFL, 6 in college, 1 tonight. We can talk about those a little bit later, not keeping anything corp or behind a paywall by any means. Mitchy Moss, hello, DGen, enjoying 4th cup of coffee. Good to see you this morning. Hashtag rise up. Could have done without that last part. Hello, General Mitchy Moss, my fellow Delta flying friend. I wish you all the best. Safe travels. Actually, I don't know. Are you traveling today? I haven't had my fourth cup of coffee. I had a third cup of coffee. Pretty sure Kirk was just doing a mini punt. Levante should have knocked that bitch to the ground. Yeah, but honestly, though, I looked at it again. I think it only would have made a difference of like 7 yards. But I guess because of the holding penalty, that would have made the difference. Yep. Greg, what about Greg? Motherfucker's always late. Yep. Steak, have you talked with Kyle for NBA preview, or are you going to Ibiza again? Very funny. Listen, I'm just going to say this about the Atlanta Falcons, and then I will shut up. In all seriousness, like, I am a man of principle. I'm essentially, I am okay. I'm still petty. I'm still bitter. I'm going to still bitch and moan like your typical fan, but I am okay accepting reality. And the reality is you have to, at the end of the day, tip your cap to the Atlanta Falcons because they made enough plays. Kirk was dialed. Kirk looked great. He really did. He looked great. And he took advantage of a poor defense, a poor scheme, poor coaching, short week, and not a lot of talent. So I give the Atlanta Falcons credit, but I will still maintain the stance that this 3-2 Falcons team could easily be 0-5, and that's crazy. I looked at their schedule because I thought about fading this team. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate how easy it is. There is a rematch in 3 weeks. They play the Bucs in Tampa. I'm going to be locating that game, and I'm going to be targeting that game, and I will probably be making a significant wager on that game. I would think about flying in for that game and leaving, but I have a wedding the night before, which is unfortunate because I think I'll be too banged up. And I can't realistically go from a wedding, wake up the morning of, fly to Tampa, have fun at a game, and then come back. I will just be dead. So Falcons could also be 5-0. Mitch, I don't think they would have beaten. I don't think the Steelers is a win, frankly. They didn't really they lost by 8 points. They didn't score a touchdown. I mean, I'm sorry, the Steelers didn't score a touchdown. No, I don't think so, but I guess what you're saying. Easily 0-5, that RB lost the game. Yep. If they beat the Panthers, nuke the Seahawks, vice versa. Yep, they're losing one of those games. That's fair. I think so. Didn't anyone tell you it was Kirktober? Surprised you hadn't heard. Yeah, no, I heard. Thanks. Who do you hate the most, LeBron, the Falcons, or the Orioles? Well, first of all, hate is a strong word. I don't really know that I hate LeBron. LeBron doesn't seem like a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, I hate bad people. He's not really a scumbag. He's just a fucking cornball. I more so just can't stand LeBron, and the flopping drives me insane. The Falcons, the interesting thing for the NFC South. Hey, Greg. Good morning, Greg. How are you? Your camera's really blurry. You want to give it a wipe with your sweater real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Just answering this question, and then we can start talking. So I don't know that I hate the Atlanta Falcons. I've never really hated the Atlanta Falcons. There's not really intense rivalries in the same division. By the way, shout out Fat Girls last night with the comment of the evening. Why do you hate the Falcons so much? Are they in your division? Yeah. You don't like the teams in your division a little bit more. You think there's a reason Bears fans really despise the Packers? Do you think they just don't like cheese? No. Anyways, there's nobody that I hate in the division. Honestly, if anything, I've hated the Saints more. The Saints, the Falcons, Panthers. That's how I would rank it. But what I hate about the Falcons, good morning, Greg. What I hate about the Falcons right now is that there is a legitimate chance that they can be good. So what I would say is I kind of compare the hatred that I have for the Falcons now to the hatred that I have for the Orioles. I still respect them. I respect the Orioles as an organization. If the Falcons were in the AFC West and if the Orioles were in the fucking, I don't know, another division, I wouldn't care as much. It wouldn't bother me as much. But they are directly impacting the success of my favorite team. You know what I mean? And you have to play them more often. So I'm annoyed that there really are some things that I saw from the Falcons. I still think that they like I said, I maintain the stance they could be 0-5, but there are some things that they have that concern me long term. The secondary is really good. Baker tore their ass up in the first half, but I mean, at the end of the day, they have a pretty stout defense. And also Drake London. I wasn't really a big Drake London guy. A, I don't like USC, and B, he burned me because I had Garrett Wilson, first wide receiver drafted for 2 units. But Drake London, the guy can make some plays. He can make some catches. Pitts showed up. I do like Bijan, although I got to tell you, I wasn't really impressed with Bijan, but maybe he's hurt. People are saying he's hurt. So I like their pieces. And then they got Darnell Mooney. How do you not like Darnell Mooney? So it's just they're just annoying. So it's not like I hate like, ooh, I really hate evil bad people. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure I'm clear with that. Everyone hates the Saints. Yep, I guess that. Mustache looking great, King. Thank you, P. My wife actually asked me if I would try going a little bit lower to enhance the mustache. She really likes the mustache look. So I went with it. Thank you. Bijan sucks. Yeah, fuck Bijan. Yep. I kept receipts of people calling Drake London overrated too. Bijan is her. Of course you would run to say that very quickly and defend your team. Yeah, you can't get their dick out of your mouth. I think Bijan is overrated. Dude has been hyped since he got into the league. I'm gonna withhold hype labeling on Bijan, although I did say he was a bust about 5 times last night. I don't know that I really mean it yet. But he's not impressing me even before this questionable injury. And I say I'm not saying like, oh, he's a pussy, he's not really injured. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, who knows? Like, I haven't heard anybody come out and officially say Bijan is injured and he's playing through it. If that's the case, show me, fine, whatever. I'll give him a pass, and maybe that's a reason he's not looking so good. This is just a Falcons stream. I don't know if DJ will ever get over the Falcons. I'm over it. We just talked about it for 10 minutes. Can I just have that moment? Can I have that moment, please? Can I have that moment? What's up, Lancer? Good morning. They are rent free. Yeah, they are rent free. Does anybody have a real estate attorney? Because I need to start collecting rent. No, I'm gonna move on. But just know that one eye is always watching who the Falcons are playing. Anyways, that's enough. We had to acknowledge that, do a little recap and whatnot. Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Are you good? Are you done? Did you get it all out? Do you feel better?
I don't know that I feel better, but yeah, I guess I don't feel as bad. So by default, I guess that's in a way feeling better. Thanks for hanging out last night and streaming. You were a good sport. I will say, well, I know that you don't like the Bucs and you faded the Bucs and you have bets on the Falcons. Did you wake up feeling good? Like, were you happy?
Yeah. Why would I not be if I bet the Falcons and I woke up and saw they won? I know I'm sad. I'm sad because you like the Bucs and that makes me sad. I wanted to actually lose my bet. What a fucking ridiculous question.
I don't know.
Can I just air something out? And I promise I won't talk about it for more than minutes. Why the hatred or the rivalry between the Rays and the Orioles when it's the Yankees and the Red Sox who have reigned supreme in that division for forever, right? Like, I just don't get why specifically the Orioles. Is it just because they're scrappy and they're sort of like the Rays where they don't have the big payroll, but they're still doing better? So, okay. All right. That makes sense.
I could have sworn I have been crystal clear like a million times that what I hate about the Orioles is that they're like the Rays, and
they're like the better version of the Rays.
How many playoff games do they win?
How many playoff games did the Rays win?
Zero. No. So are they better than the Rays?
Well, they were in the playoffs this year, so I'd say that's better.
Okay. Well, when they get to a World Series and win a World Series game, we can talk. Okay. But in all seriousness, I have to tell you, like, even still, when you watch a team that's not your team and you like find yourself liking things about them and rooting, that's when you're like, damn it, I hate that I like you. That makes me hate them more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I want to just make something really clear, because Fat Girls has the thickest skull I've ever come across in my life with the Falcons love. You can vouch for this. I like Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk Cousins maybe too much. We have bet on him to win the MVP 3 times in the last 5 years. So I just want to make that clear. Like, it's hard to not root for his success and do the swagging and the shit and all this. It's just unfortunate he's in the Bucs division. So anyways, Red Sox need to stop trying to be the Rays. Very funny. What's up, Delane? Units? I don't know what that means. Convo is like night after first sex. You're okay. Are you happy? I want to be clear so there's no confusion. I don't like Kirk Cousins at all. Wow. That's interesting coming from I guess I would feel a little bit different if I was a Vikings fan, because he was supposed to deliver for you and you really didn't get much. Case Keenum had a better fucking moment in Vikings history during that time. Win or lose, it's still fuck Kirk Cousins. Okay. All right. Anyways, good morning, Greg. All right. So would you like to start with baseball, or would you like to start with your teasing your map play? Teasing.
Oh, teasing. Okay.
Wait. Are you not doing that? I didn't hype anybody up.
Yeah.
I didn't hype anybody up, so you can wait till next week if you want
people
to.
are talking map. Let's go map.
Oh boy.
Do you want to pull up the week 6 schedule? Look at this. Fucking
wow.
In your face, GRP.
GRP in the making. Okay, wait. What is that though?
That's a map. It's all 32 teams where it lines up.
Dude, you better take that down. You better put it behind a paywall right now.
Too late.
All right, so let's go to week 6. Would you prefer if I went to like a team outlook schedule or the NFL schedule?
Let's just go to the NFL schedule because I did this last week and I'm a little rusty on it.
That's fine. That's fine.
By my calculations.
This is going to be good. The first thing Greg says is going to be wrong, and then he's going to correct himself. But he's pausing right now to make sure he doesn't do that.
By my calculations, we have 4 potential map plays. I'm going to say there's probably going to be 2. There's one I absolutely know about. That's, of course. The other 3, I want to see where they're at.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I like covers more or I think I like ESPN more. All right, let's
just
go.
Do me a favor. We'll ease into it. We'll kind of dip our toe in the water with the first one because this is one I'm very confident. It's just a good system. Shout out mid-major map, but go to the Browns schedule.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. So let's go. Here we are in week 6. Bucs at the Saints. Who do the Falcons play in week 6? Just out of curiosity.
Panthers, bro. I already tweeted it. I tweeted it last night. I stayed up to watch the game, so I went to bed happy and I woke up happier because I saw how upset you were. I got to see both of it. Oh. I went to bed happy from my own joy. I woke up happy from your sadness.
You just admitted that you wake up happy because of my sadness. So it does affect you. It's not that you won your bet.
Yeah. You're bad day to be a Atlanta Falcon, bad day to be a Texas Ranger, and then you just get your face mushed in it. You're going to tell me that doesn't bring me joy?
I don't know why it would. If you woke up when Penn State plays Ohio State and said bad day to be Brian Day with his stupid face, or like a cool picture of, there's no cool picture of James Franklin, and then Penn State lost, I wouldn't be like,
I wouldn't wake up talking shit.
Where's the fun in that? We are in the content game, Greg. You have to understand, you old head. We're in the content game. You got to get the juices flowing. That's for juices flowing. But it's also authentic. That's how I feel. I literally woke up and I said, it's a bad day to be an Atlanta Falcon.
Yep. I'm sure. I know you did because you can't help yourself. I know you woke up that day and you said, it is truly a bad day to be a Texas Ranger.
Why are we bringing that up?
It's funny that like you would think it happened once and you'd be like, maybe I don't need to do that again. But you're like, I absolutely have to do this again.
I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel like I absolutely had to do that. That's not true.
Oh.
That's not true at all. When have I done that one time this year for the Bucs? Did I do it one time? Maybe I did it one time for the Rays this year. Maybe once out of 162 games.
Actually, I was looking through my bookmarks because I was trying to find that bad day to be a Texas Ranger. And I didn't have that, but I did have one where the Rays beat the Orioles in spring training. And you said, get ready for a long year, Baltimore. And I was like, I don't want to go to that. The Orioles just got swept.
I actually don't remember doing that.
Of course you don't.
I think I did say it's a bad day to be a Louisville Cardinal, and Notre Dame won.
Oh, yeah, maybe you did.
But you don't remember the good times.
I don't think you did.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll start keeping track. Greg,
okay.
Take us
I'm keeping track. Don't worry. I'm keeping track.
I don't trust your tracking. I don't trust your tracking. Your tracking is heavily skewed. Heavily.
No.
Oh my God. That pause is ridiculous.
I never track something and then it's skewed. It's skewed.
I know it's skewed.
I only bring it up when it misses.
I don't know when this happened. Somewhere along the lines in our friendship, you started rooting for my team's demise.
It's kind of fun to root against.
I don't get it. I've never done that for you. You remember, you are a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. We sat at the bar like 8 years ago, And I said, Greg, the Penguins are going to win the Stanley Cup. I have $100 to win 700, 7-1. You said, damn, really? We looked at it. They were what, like 3-1? I said, how about this, Greg? I'll give you half my bet. That's the kind of guy I am. And all that happens when you fast forward is you just want the Rays to suck, the Bucs to suck. Are you going to root against the Magic too?
No, I like the Magic.
Oh, good.
I generally don't like the Rays. I like the Bucs. I just think Baker's going to have a bad year.
You don't
which
like
I'm very wrong on.
You don't like
more wrong on.
You don't like the little guy. You don't like the little guy.
No, I like the little guy. How are the Falcons not the little guy? Did the Falcons bring in Tom Brady and Gronk?
No, but they fucking.
Did the Falcons bring in John Gruden? The Falcons are the little guy. The Bucs aren't the little guy.
You're not. No. You're not a little guy when you sign Kirk Cousins and you make two of the biggest acquisitions in the season with Judon and Simmons, which I'm giving them credit for doing. Fair. They're going for it, but they're not the little guy. Anyways, let's talk about the map. Let's talk about the map.
Yeah, let's get the map up. Go to the Browns. Let's go to the Browns. This is the first one. This is easy. You got to enhance. Good.
Really?
Zoom in.
Hold on.
I don't know, man.
I don't know how to do this. Enhance. Is that good?
Boom. That's all you need. That's all you need. This one is fucking easy, right? So you got at Las Vegas, loss, at Washington, we'll see, at Philly. That's 3 consecutive road games. Not only that, Philly's coming off a bye. And after that, they also have a big divisional game back-to-back. Boom, Baltimore. Boom, Cincinnati, then Baltimore. This is probably going to be my best bet next week. Because I do actually think I'm coming around to the Browns this week. But regardless, I don't really want to play them. I'd rather just fade this team. And I think next week, Philly gets healthy. People might get a little cute if the Browns look good against the Commanders. And this is a game where, as much as I hate betting against Philly, or betting on Philly, I should say, fucking slam dunk map play. Boom. Look at that. Just look at that sandwich of like 3 consecutive away games and then 2 divisional games, and you get Philly after a bye. Come on. That's just brutal scheduling.
4 road games in 5 weeks, and you're absolutely right. Also, it would be perfect setup going into that Eagles game if they win against Washington this week.
Yep. That's what's even making my brain think they do win this week.
I love it. Mm-hmm. What do you think that spread's going to be?
6.5.
Yeah. Okay.
I already looked. You did. I think it's what it is. Yeah.
You want to play sharp and professional sports better and take it now or no?
I'm really thinking about it, but my thought is
continue.
If they beat the Commanders, it might come down. But the other side is Devontae Smith's going to get ruled back in. I'm sure there'll be a couple guys on the Phillies defense that'll get ruled back in. AJ Brown could get ruled back in. So it could really now probably is the time to buy.
Yep. King of Car Seats is a smart guy. He's part of the corn crew, and he says lock in Phillies now.
Those guys are a fucking menace, dude. Some of the stuff they send me of just like, oh, the sports book missed this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fire. It's crazy. 6.5 magic number. Yeah. Okay. Greg. Hey, good job. Shook off the rust. You eased into it. That's not like, you didn't overdo it. You didn't overthink it. It's right out in the open. I love it though.
I wanted to dip my toe into it because that one I knew off the top of my head.
Yep. Very good. Do you want me to pull up something else, or do you want to?
You're on your NFC South kind of thing right now, so let's jump ahead to Week 7. Let's tease it a little bit more because there's one I really like in Week 7. These are probably going to be back-to-back. That's best bets.
Generating Phil Washington rolls. Yeah, my takeaway in that pudding is I went back and watched it. What?
It's just funny to be like, my takeaway pudding.
Well, I mean, that's what his name is.
I know. It's just funny.
So my takeaway was I was really surprised. The Browns, first of all, in my opinion, top to bottom, look bad. Deshaun Watson didn't look terrible. He doesn't look good, but they just look bad. The defense does not look, I mean, maybe they're missing more people than I really thought of, but they just don't look that nasty. I feel like last year they looked really nasty. Greg moves the line. I just watched Eagles -6.5 drop 115 to 110 on DK. Oh, someone's fading Greg. Wow. Motherfucker's always late. Tail stake to come to Oregon State, Ohio next week. That would be very fun. Plus EV Syndicate. Greg, you know what? Maybe you and I, if this thing really gets going, maybe we can form an actual syndicate if you think about it. You have an engineering degree. Mm-hmm. I'm good at math. And we can make a map.
I don't think we get enough. We're gonna need a ringer.
All right, fair enough. Okay,
My
where am I
engineering degree is kind of fairy dust engineering.
going?
It's industrial. It's not mechanical. It's not civil. It's not the real ones.
Fair enough. Okay, where am I going next? You said the NFC South.
Saints, and this is jumping ahead. This is week 7. I think you're gonna love this.
Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. Let me go. Saints. I'm just pulling up the Saints schedule, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hold on. One more tab.
Bring in prime bets for the third guy. There we go.
By the way, good morning, everybody. I see we got 85 in here on Twitch. Nice little YouTube and Twitter turnout. Good morning, everyone. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget, hit like on the video if you can. Subscribe to the page. If you're watching on Twitter, like, retweet. That shit always helps us. And if you're watching on Twitch, thank you. Make sure you're just hitting, you're following the page. Appreciate it. Okay. By the way, the Atlanta Falcons Twitter has fan base found my rant video, and they just keep retweeting it with hilarious comments.
That's good. That's good.
Hold on one second. I lost the tab. Okay, here we go. Map play number 2. Tell me about the New Orleans Saints.
Just look at this. What sticks out to this?
Okay, so they have to go to Kansas City, prime time. Then they go home and play the Bucs, big divisional
Massive
game.
divisional game.
Mm-hmm.
4 days later, what do they got?
Ooh, 4 days
in Denver. Sean Payton.
No. It's in New Orleans.
Sean Payton's returning to New Orleans.
Okay, and then they go. Wait,
I love that spot. That's it. Week 7. Boom, right there. Thursday Night Football.
You want to bet on or fade them?
I want to fade them.
Why?
Because they're coming off of a Monday night game and the Bucs, and then they got Sean Payton coming to town.
Oh, but I thought the fact that Sean Payton makes it seem like they're going to get up for that game.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. This to me strikes me as like if Dennis Allen was, and he's fine, whatever. But like if he was like truly the predecessor, like the next coming, like maybe. But the fact that it's just like, oh, what you do is just a worse version of what Sean Payton does. I think the Broncos are going to mop the floor with them there.
Okay, so hold on. When I'm looking at this, as I was just thinking it through in my head, I started to think the week after. Look at this stretch, Greg. At divisional game, Falcons, which was grinder.
So they do have a bye in there that you're missing. Or not a bye, but they have the 10 days off.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess if they didn't, what I was going to say is I love this game at the Chargers before going and then having another back-to-back divisional game.
I don't think they're too worried about the Panthers. They already beat the shit out of them. Like, to me, it's Monday night. It's massive divisional game, right? Especially if they're both coming off of a loss. If they're coming off of 3 losses in a row, potentially, going into that game against Tampa, that's their season. That's their season. You start 2-0, and then you lose 3 in a row, and you're right top of the division, straight to the bottom, except you're above the Panthers. And then you got to get up on short notice against a Broncos team that's got this fucking game circled for you. And then you get a bye, you'll come back, you'll get your bearings. But I think that week 7 spot is prime for a fade.
Yeah.
Not a bye, but the 10 days.
The rest sucks. For what it's worth, though, if you look at the Broncos schedule, they play back-to-back divisional opponents before going to play the Saints. They play the Raiders and the Chargers at home.
They're not in the division. They know it's the Chiefs division. You know what I mean? That's just a different division. Like the NFC South is like you got 3 teams fighting for it. The AFC West is just like, when are the Chiefs ever going to lose this thing in the next decade?
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Right. If you're the Broncos, you're not thinking about we're going to win the division. Like, obviously division games are big, but you're thinking, how can we maybe get into the playoffs? How can we develop Bo Nix? Right. And to me, that says right here, I'm going to stick it to my old team.
I will only say this. If you're right, I'm not saying you're wrong, but if the Broncos beat the Raiders and go 3-2, if they're 3-2, then I think that thought may creep into their head a little bit. Because think about it, the Chargers aren't very good. They just got.
This is week 7 though, so there's a game after that. I'm not sure the Broncos
Chargers
after the Raiders. Oh, okay.
That's my point.
Yeah,
so then they might.
If Bo Nix keeps winning, sure,
right.
we'll reevaluate. We're looking, several weeks into the future. I think they go 1-2 over these next 2 games, and if they're lucky.
Yeah, Steak likes the Broncos. I think you and I both like the Raiders a little bit. I don't know who's betting the
I
Raiders.
do think I like the Raiders, but I don't. We bet the Raiders last week, and I feel like we got a little lucky. I'm done.
We
Clicking
bet the Raiders
button.
3 weeks in a row. I'm good to take a
Yeah.
break.
2-1, not bad though.
Do you have any other potential map plays right now?
Yeah, go to week 6. Click up. These ones aren't as fresh to me, but we'll touch on them real quick. I want to see.
Okay, here we go.
I want to see what's going on with the Seahawks because I had that, and I know they play Thursday night next week. So the Seahawks are coming off of New York. Just go to their actual schedule.
Oh, okay. Well, you said week 6, but you want me to go to the Seahawks now?
Yeah. Well, because to do the map, you can't just look at week 6 because you got to look at everything, how it comes together.
You know what? This Thursday night game, now that I look at this Thursday night game with the Niners coming into town after just playing the Lions makes me think the Giants this week might be a little bit of a sleepy game.
A little sleepy game, yeah, especially Malik Neighbors. But Malik Neighbors is out, and it's just the Giants are so bad.
Who is going to want the Giants here? But you're right, maybe an under. 17-13 match. Giants get a cover somehow.
Why is Nightbot saying fuck Greg? I thought Nightbot is just a robot.
I don't know. That's weird. Why is Nightbot? Guys, can anybody figure out why a robot is saying fuck Greg? Wow, that's terrible.
Dude,
please don't
you set it up.
Please don't let it keep happening. No, I don't know how to control Nightbot. That's all fat girls. I don't know. Look at this. It's so weird. I don't know why it keeps doing that, Greg. No, I'm just kidding. There's a command. If you do exclamation
point Greg, Nightbot says that.
I had nothing to do with that for what it's worth.
That's fine. I know you didn't do the programming behind that. Come on.
Okay. All right. Wait. Okay. So this isn't a map play, but that kind of made me just realize I lean a little bit towards the Giants. Okay.
Yeah, it's something because they're definitely looking ahead towards that.
So, I mean, that's a big game. Have the Seahawks played a divisional game yet? No, they haven't. That's the first divisional game. It's going to be Thursday night after the Giants. You get the Niners in here. That's big.
And I think after the Niners, it gets tough too. Maybe I was thinking week 5 for this. Maybe that's where I was because after that Giants game, it's not a big deal, right? I think we got a typo here. I think we got kind of a map play this week. I think the Giants might be something.
But I mean, I hate from a football brain perspective. Stevie G probably found me from Falcons Twitter, who won the game last night. The Atlanta Falcons won the game last night. Congratulations. Wait, so is Neighbors confirmed out?
So the concussion protocol, you basically have to pass step 1 before you get to step 2. You have to pass step 2 before you get to step 3. Step 3 before you get to step 4. It is not like, oh, today I passed step 1, 2, and 3. The way he's progressing, it sounds like he has not done that. Like he's still in an earlier phase. They don't tell you exactly where he is, but it does not sound like he's going to make the check all the boxes to be, very likely out. Thank you, Tim. That's a much simpler way of putting it.
No, I kind of like the way you put it. Okay. Well, it's going to be really hard for me to put any money on the New York Giants if Neighbors is out, but that does fall into buying bad news, which if you do in the NFL, you probably, emphasis on probably, make money more often than not, I think. But you unfortunately only witnessed one Super Bowl in the last 5. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Okay. Let's go to here's the Seahawks. Is there something else you wanted to point out, Greg?
No, that was it. I think it's just that short rest game against the 49ers. Like, I think that's like how you're saying, like the Broncos, like everybody knows that the NFC West is the 49ers to lose. And the fact that the Seahawks are like, we're in it, we're up a game on them. They're starting a little slow. Like, I think they get ahead of themselves a little bit. But I love the Giants this week. Teams that played the Lions are 0-3. Wow. Fascinating. Giants are a tough play, but I do think teams absolutely, like if you're in the NFC and you're putting yourself in that class of like, we're going to do something, you got to get up for that Lions game. And to have this Giants game sandwiched between the two teams in the NFC Championship last year.
Greg, I'm just going back and like assuming we were to do the map plays in the offseason. I think this would have made it for the Seahawks.
I think it is. I genuinely think I wrote down week 6, but I think I meant to write down week 5 because I did all these at the same time. Which is not out of the realm of possibility. Because I was like, I saw it on here. I was like, the Seahawks play the 49ers next week. That's not a map play. That's a big divisional game. That's at home. That's not a map play. So I think that's
confused yourself, but we stumbled into it. Like I took Rachaad White to score 2 touchdowns last night. I meant to bet on Rachaad White not to score 2 touchdowns last night.
No, you didn't. You love that guy. You love that guy.
I don't love
He had 150-yard carry and he had 52 yards.
He had 72. He had 72 yards. Thank you very much, Greg. By the way, real quick,
60-yard carry.
Real quick, because we do download the audio and put into a podcast version for some people who prefer to catch up and listen that way. I do want to read this out because I don't know if we did. Sick Money said that he loves the Giants this week. Teams that played the Lions are 0-3 the week after and are being outscored 109-31. And we know that the Bucs were one of those. Hello, Alan. Unk, honestly thought you had a nice breakdown of the Bucs game yesterday. Not a fan of McMillan shutting you down.
Ian. That's Ian, the Falcons guy. How do you not?
McMuffin. McMillan is not his name. I thought he was talking about the Bucs player that was out. It's just Ian. Is it McMillan? No, is it McMillan? I don't know his last name.
Guess, bro.
I just thought it was Ian Mack. Anyways, I don't know it. But thank you, Alan Dims. Yes, I think I told you guys this, and I am not kidding. Somebody DM'd me. I don't know if I should just go and show you. DM'd me and said a very nice message. So he's been a long time follower, even the days when I pre-recorded the board reviews and uploaded a 10-minute video. This guy had a first quarter only parlay. Can you see this?
Oh, yeah.
This guy DM'd this to me because of the game script video. Looks legit to me.
That's crazy. Yeah.
First quarter, 6 first quarters, $23,000, 94-1. Unbelievable. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to fucking post that a little bit later, but he said he's a fellow New Yorker, and if he's in, whoever sees me in New York, he'll get me a Guinness. It's very nice.
Yeah, he won $22,000. You can buy me a $10 Guinness. That's a good deal.
Well, to be fair, he probably tailed a lot of stupid things I've said in the past for $250, and nothing came
He
through.
broke even at this point.
Yeah, so that was
White to win for 2 touchdowns for $20,000.
Let's not forget, I did have a masterclass candidate last year that I think 3 weeks in a row they got benched mid-game, starting with Joshua Dobbs. Andrew Dyer, Game Script call. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's go. Anything else, Greg? Or
let's go. I want to touch on one more thing because this is something I'm tooling with, and it doesn't. We're kind of like we did a little week 6, we did a little week 7, we did a little week 8 here.
Yep.
This is week 8. So pull up the 40. Actually, you don't have to pull up the 49ers schedule. I'm assuming they play the Chiefs in week 7. But let's look at it just for fun.
So this is week 8. You want me in week 8, right?
Go to the 49ers schedule.
You're hilarious.
So this is something while you're getting it up, I'll kind of tease it with everybody.
Okay.
So this is something I stumbled upon when I was looking at the map. Call this like a hangover play. And I haven't played it at all because I just found out about it when I was looking at it. But this year it's 3-0. And essentially what the play is it's the week after a big revenge spot. Right. So in week 1, you had the Rams play the Lions, right? Not divisional game, but the Lions knocked them out of a playoff game. So big revenge spot. Mm-hmm. They hung tight. They fought them close. What happened week 2? Hangover. Cardinals beat the shit out of them. The Bucs, they also lost to the Lions in the playoffs last year. They get up for that game. They go into Detroit. They beat them. What happens the next week? Bo Nix and the Broncos beat the shit out of them. Another one, the Ravens. They got knocked out AFC Championship to the Chiefs. Week 1, get up for that game. Week 2, you got the Raiders. What happens? Boom, Raiders. So that's 3 times it's happened this year, and it's 3 for 3. So I got my eyes. The next one's actually technically the Eagles, but I'm scratching that because they played the Bucs. They got up for that, but now they have the bye week. So I don't know how that impacts it. Obviously, I'll monitor that. But what I actually like on this is the Niners. So I'm assuming, because I have 49ers week 8, I'm assuming they play the Chiefs week 7, and then week 8 is going to be the dud spot. Bang.
Ooh, even though it's Sunday night, huh?
I think they're so up for that Chiefs game. I think they're so up for that, man. That's such a big spot. I know it's Sunday night. I know it's a big deal, but you fucking lost that Super Bowl. You've lost to Andy Reid twice in the last 5 years if you're Shanahan. The Cowboys are down this year. You always kind of do well against the Cowboys. I think that's a spot I'm looking at, man.
I kind of like where your head's at. This is probably some of your best work. So also, now that I'm looking at the schedule, pretty brutal. In 3 out of 4 weeks, they have divisional opponents. The Rams, who they lost to. Now they have the Cardinals. Then they have the Seahawks in Seattle. Then they have the Chiefs. That's a tough, then that 3-week stretch. Arizona at Seattle, Chiefs at home.
And who cares? The Cowboys are going to be like 500 at that point.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical Niners Cowboys.
I like it. I like where your head's at. I love where your head's at.
That's a
Okay.
fun one. That's a fun one because it absolutely makes sense. If you're these teams that you got knocked out last year, you circle that game on your calendar, and then
Mhm.
you just get a mediocre game the next week. It totally makes sense. You just don't bring it up to that level, and you kind of sleep after a big one.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Okay, so just to kind of recap, we are targeting the Cleveland Browns at the. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing at Delaney. 500. He's a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah. So we've got week. Wait, what week is it right now? It's week 5.
6. Week 6. This is week 5. We're about to jump into that. Week 6. You get the Cleveland Browns at the Philadelphia Eagles coming off of 3 straight road games with 2 divisional games after that. Boom, circle it. I'm going to punch it in right now, actually.
I'll punch that shit in right now, too.
Week 7, and we disagreed on a little bit. I think we got to common ground, but you have the Saints, who started the year 2-0. They've lost 2 in a row. Now they go Monday night in Kansas City. Next week, they get a massive divisional game against the Bucs, and then you get a little Sean Payton revenge on a short week. So I think the wheels could. I just think the Saints have to get so up for these games because let's just say, crystal ball, they lose to the Chiefs. That Bucs game becomes your season. That's a divisional game. You cannot go 2-4, and things really slip away. So I think that's just such a big divisional game you're up for. And then you got Sean Payton, who's just been licking his chops for this one, coming in on 4 days rest.
I'm with you. I personally, just one more time to show you, like, I don't disagree with you at all. I also think from Denver's perspective, the fact that they have 2 divisional games before that, if they're 3-2 with some thoughts of maybe doing something this season, it's going to be a tough spot for them to turn around and then go into.
We'll see how it plays out. But let's jump into this week's board.
Okay, but hold on real quick. I just want to note, I like them going to Los Angeles before then having to play Carolina, Atlanta. I think that spot in LA, especially that you don't think a Jim Harbaugh team can bully the fuck out of a Derek Carr, Dennis Allen team. I kind of do.
I think so, but they get 10 days to prepare.
Fuck it. Anyways, what's the next one you were going to say? I'm sorry.
Oh, and then you get the Niners week 8 after 3 divisional games and 4 games and a Chiefs rematch.
Yes. Love it. Okay, good stuff.
Sunday night favors the Sharps, man.
Sunday night favors the Sharps. All right, good. Jockstrap 989 with a new follow. What's up, Jockstrap? Everybody, I think we're good. Does everybody get that? Those map plays, feel free to please tail at your own discretion. We are not pick service.
Cash out your 401k. Put it on the Eagles -7 right now. Tail me or you're a fucking no. I'm kidding.
All right, Sick Money said W map plays. Chris says yes. All right, cool. As long as we got that, I think we can keep rolling. All right.
I got a couple other ones. I'll tweet them later in the week for week 6. I want to look at them a little bit more, but those were the ones that like stick out to the most of like what's coming up.
Can Greg?
Yeah, dig that. I'll do that.
It would be great if you could. And if you forget, I'm going to nudge you to remind you because I think that's very helpful. Okay, this week, best bets are out in the newsletter. And just a reminder, if you do not subscribe to the newsletter, go to the website. You can do so for free. Greg is 4-0 at his best bets. I think Steak is 2-2. I am 1-3. I'm really dragging us down, unfortunately. Looking for a big bounce back here in the NFL. So we've got 5 plays, 1 total, 4 sides. We like where we're at. I think we all aligned a lot on our best bets. We had a little trouble coming up with the 4th and 5th play. I actually don't even know what officially our 5th play is, but I'm going to be on the Jets. That's my best bet. My write-up is in there. My reasoning is in there. You're going to be on the Steelers, which I like your reasoning. I like the bet. I get a little bit nervous when you as a Steelers fan like the Steelers. And I can't help but get the Steelers beating the Niners in week 1 last year out of my head because maybe
I was pretty turned up for that one. I think by the time the game rolled around, I cooled off.
You did. I'll give you credit, but you really thought that was going to happen and it concerned me. But I think you're more level-headed. And then Steak's best bet is the Rams, which I love. If you guys were on the Tuesday stream when we were going through the board, I just said the Rams are looking at me so funny. And then our 4th side is, what's our 4th side?
The Bears.
I'm a little uncomfortable about the Bears, and the only reason why is because it looks to me like the easiest bet on the board, personally.
I think that's crazy. I don't think it does.
What do you think the easiest bet on the board looks like?
I mean, I can look right, but I feel like there's absolutely ones that look easier.
Update on Circa. Actually, I don't know our record. We were 8-2. Then we went 1-4. So that's 9-6. Then we went 2-3. So we're 11-9. Not good.
Not good.
No, not good. Love the Steelers this week. Run first team versus a bad run offense. Thomas versus McCarthy. Yep. Wellesley BOA.
I think the Vikings look easier. I think you can make a case the Commanders look easier. I think you can make a case that the Ravens look easier. You can make a case that the 49ers look easier. You can make a case that the Seahawks look really easy with how bad the Giants are. The Packers look pretty easy. I mean, I don't think
so. Every other game basically looks easier than the Bears.
I just don't think like people are running to bet the Bears -3.5.
So
like, the Panthers have shown some fight the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I really wish the Panthers covered against the Bengals, but none of us were invested, so it wouldn't have affected our picks or anything. Excuse me. But the fact that they didn't, I'm just a little bit nervous that anybody who bet the Panthers last week may have been burned and they're not going to go back to them. Also, the biggest thing for me was, and we talked about this, the Bears were closed -3 against the Rams and covered. So I just think when I see them -3.5 against the Panthers, it kind of concerns me a little bit. I feel like that number is like 1.5 to 2 points short. But as a pro, you're betting it. As somebody who feels like, hey, what's the catch? I feel like, it's a little short and concerns me that, the odds makers know something we don't. My one issue is I do think the Bears are progressing, as you put in the write-up in the newsletter, which was great. The offense is improving week over week. Andy Dalton's also due to come back down to,
to reality a little bit.
To reality. Yeah. I love all of that, and I agree with it. My one concern is the Bears defense is getting propped up so much, which they deserve all the credit. They're playing really, really well. But this is a unit, in my opinion, that just cannot bring it all 17 weeks. And I am nervous that the week they might take off is taking a Panthers team lightly after putting on such a good show and performance and grinding out that win against the Rams. That's my one concern. But we're in it. We're with it. I don't know what our fifth play is going to be. I like the Bills. I like the Jags. I don't think you really like the Jags. What was the other one? Steak like that we weren't. Oh, we like the Bengals.
I think we might throw the Bengals in there, man. I think we're all on board with that one pretty well too. I like you and me like the Chiefs. I already took the Chiefs. Steak can't get on board with the Chiefs, which I totally get. We'll have to figure out the fifth one here, though.
Yeah, Shakir just got ruled out.
It's just such a tough one to figure out, man. I think there's something to taking a team after they get embarrassed in prime time. So I'm fine going to it. I think the Texans, you're starting to see a little bit of trouble in paradise, but we'll see how the next couple weeks go.
I like that. And our total in the newsletter is the over in the Jags Colts. I love it. I've made our totals. I made everything a 1-unit bet unless our best bets. I've been doing 2 units. I actually might make this over a 2-unit play. I really like it. I think we're going to get a really good showing from the offense of the Jags against the Colts defense. And also at the same time, as we wrote about with Joe Flacco in there, they might be a little bit more pass happy. They run more a little bit with their Anthony Richardson. We could be wrong, which doesn't chew up as much clock. Flacco went in there. He threw 2 touchdown passes. I think the Colts stay aggressive. I think the Jags connect maybe a little bit more. They're 0-4, but they honestly probably should have won that game in Houston. They probably should have beat the fucking Dolphins. It could be 2-2. So 0-4, but this is it, back against the wall. I'm not going to bet on Bozo Doug Peterson, but yeah. Isn't everyone on that?
The one thing with the Jags is they're about to hit their stride. They leave for London for 2 weeks next week.
I don't know. The Colts defense is atrocious. Is everybody on that over? Cornfield, you have to put the exclamation point in front of Greg.
Greg.
Pandemic loves doing this, by the way. Because do you do this to your wife, by the way? Do you say, do you ever say, let me ask you something?
No, you do that. You're a huge let me ask you something guy.
Yeah, you don't do that?
No.
Do you do anything that annoys her?
Fucking kidding me?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding. There we go. Good job, Corn. W Boomer take. Okay, let's
go ahead, Matt. What do you got to say? Yes, you have the microphone.
Isn't it so annoying?
But don't you do it all the time?
Okay, but not when I'm typing something. And if I say, can I say something? I immediately boom, 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 bam, hit it with you or hit you with it. But no, he's doing it on purpose. I'm sure he's fucking chuckling and giggling right now. +100 futures hit DGen, tap in Yanks +100 win the AL. I already have the Yankees to win the World Series +550. I did a giveaway. I think I have to split it with somebody.
Oh, did you? When'd you take that?
Well, I did a giveaway. If whoever I ran like a 5K or something, and whoever guessed my time correctly, I said I would split it with them. And but I don't remember who it was. So I'm gonna have to scroll through all my DMs, or if that person could just come forward, that would be great. But yeah, I'm in on the Yankees, and I have the Mets 14-1. What are the Mets down to now after winning? Have you looked?
5.5. 550.
No. To win the World Series.
Oh, to win the World Series, probably 12. Sorry, I took him to win the NL. You're right.
No, that's okay. 12 or 10. That was awesome. I can't believe
I think they're right at 12. I think them and the Tigers are at 12.
So okay, you want to talk a little baseball?
Sure. Bills play their second straight road game this week versus the Texans, and next week go on the road to the Jets in prime time.
Matt is saying the Bills are not going to lose 3 straight games. He thinks they win this one.
Oh, is he? I thought he was saying he thinks they lose. I would, if anything, I would bet the Bills, but I'm probably not going to play this one.
Matt does this sometimes where he says things, but he leaves out a little bit of context, so you're kind of confused. And then he's like, what do you mean you're confused? I'm a California elitist, and everything I say is correct. Bills ain't losing this week and lose next week. But with that, you're basically saying, like, you're not saying you really like them to do anything this week. You're basically just saying whatever the outcome is this week determines what they do the following week. Like, if they lose this week, then they're not losing next week. But you're not saying they're not going to lose this week, if that makes sense. Anyways, we need Frank the Tank in the World Series, dude. I hope so. Also, I was already texting BK about going to a Mets game. This guy, unbelievable. This dude just lives in such a bubble. He's like, I can't believe how expensive they are. I'm like, well, we're in New York. There's a lot of people with a lot of money in New York.
A lot of rich people, yeah.
A lot of rich people. This guy lives in Long Island. And I'm like, how much are tickets? And he's like, 300. I'm like, I thought you were going to say 3,000. 300. I'm not saying 300 is chump change, but if you're saying, I mean, and they're not great seats, but like to get in the stadium for $300 for a Mets playoff game is not as expensive as I thought it would be if someone was bitching about how much they cost.
Yeah.
You love them this week. Wow. Well, I got to give Matt credit. He's been one of the sharper dudes on this.
Yeah, it's been Matt. You might sell me around it because I just didn't like the Texans coming in this year. So if I get a chance to fade them where I think they might slip.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have a pretty loaded card. And have you been taking our college football bets? You have, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I know you're not the biggest college football guy, but you dabble here and there. I saw your tweet about the over. I thought it was hilarious because I know you don't listen.
Dude, it's so funny that Javon was on that. I was like, dude, I immediately punched it in. I said it's kind of a joke, but
okay, so you were kind of joking, which I thought was very funny.
I mean, I was kind of joking because it was a Thursday night, and who the fuck cares about Sam Houston State at UTEP? But the fact that Javon's like, oh, I'm on this. I was like, oh, I'm absolutely telling this with him and Krabs are on it.
Not even that they're like, it's their squad ride, meaning their entire show votes for it. So
yeah, like, dude, it's great.
It was just so funny that Greg was like, I don't think anybody's on this thing. And it's like, actually, the squad ride is it. Shout out V12 with a new follow. Welcome to the Board Review. We do this every weekday, 10:30 a.m. And again, thank you for watching in Twitter or YouTube as well. All right. Let's talk quickly the lay of the land in baseball, and then we can wrap it up and get out of here. It's 11:30. Before we move on, is there anything else in the NFL? I think the map plays you laid out for us are great. We went over our best bets and our picks in the newsletter. Anything else you wanted to touch on?
I want to see if there's any other games coming up that I have on my card right now. I put the I put the Browns in Action Network, but I didn't bet them yet. I'm really coming around to them.
Try not to. I did that like 2 years ago when I started the Board Review. I would put all the bets in that we talked about that I liked in Action Network at like 12 o'clock. But then when it came time to bet things at like 5 or 6, I'd be like, you know what? I don't like the A's anymore. I don't like the Diamondbacks. And then I would delete them and not bet them. And people would say, hey man, I tailed that play of yours. Like you didn't even bet it. Yeah. So I was like, no, funny. I put in everything I liked. And then at the end of the day, I didn't punch it in. So just be careful. Only put it in on your Action Network if you're gonna bet it.
I'm gonna bet it. I'll probably just do a half unit on it though.
That's fine. I just don't want to be. I don't want to have anybody listen. People are always looking for a reason to hate. I don't want them saying, "Oh, the degenerate guys take plays off their Action Network." Bar, bar, bar. Puddin, what do you say? Clear Shakir and Ed Oliver ruled out. Yikes! You know what? It's gonna have to be fucking Josh Allen superhero game or James Cook. or James Cook. Who was that guy he hated last year? Who he hated? Is he talking about used to strike out all the time? Somebody Greg hated? Maybe Willie Adames? Who did you hate that used to strike out all the time? Does that ring a bell? That'd be transparency. I don't know, actually. I don't know car seats who you're talking about. Okay. What current in-pocket futures do you have? You just said you have the Mets to win the NL. What else do you have?
I took the Mets to win the NL last night, and then I have the Yankees. I took the Yankees at the beginning of the season. So I think 10-1, 9-1, 9-1.
Damn, you got the Yankees at 9-1. I got plus 550. You kind of squad ride that with you and Steak are eating. You guys ate on the Texans without me. You ate on Scooball without me. You're gonna eat on the fucking Yankees without me too.
And Yankees still got a long way to go, man. They still got a long way to go.
I
hate how these teams that get the bye just tend to disappoint, and I don't know. We'll see. I do feel like there's something special going on with the Yankees this year, but who knows?
I think it's their year. They have that look. I hate, and they've already hit their adversity. If a team has cruises,
that's a fair point.
Yeah. They've talked about Clay Holmes as a terrorist and all this bullshit. I'm gonna go to baseball odds real quick, Greg. So tomorrow, wow, what a glorious day tomorrow. 1:00 Tigers Guardians. Your boy Bibby's on the bump.
I know. I might fade him. You just can't go against the Tigers right now.
Okay, but are you gonna fade him in the game, or are you gonna take the Tigers to win the series?
I'm probably just going to bet the Tigers like every game.
No shit.
I mean, they're going to be plus, right? So I think it goes 7.
Not when Scooball pitches, they should be favored, I would assume, right?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, the Tigers and the Mets, just who wants to bet against them right now? I do think the Guardians win in 7, but I'm not betting against the Tigers.
Is it strange that the Guardians are plus 850 to win the World Series and the Tigers are only 950? It's just a dollar
No, because
off?
actually I feel like the series was relatively close. And then it's like, all right, no matter what, you're going up against the Yankees. Let's see. The one thing I do think is I think about this from divisional stuff, how it's like, oh, the AL Central, we get 3 of the last 4 teams. I think none of them make the World Series. You know what I mean? I feel like that's always just the way it goes of oh, we got 3 of the final 4 teams. It's like, yeah, but you didn't get the last one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Do you I'm trying to go to hold on, I want to go to series prices real quick. MLB series, we have the Guardians. Man, that's short. The Guardians only minus 125. Are these best of 5 or best of 7?
5.
So the Guardians
Neighbors
are
officially out. Yep.
Who's officially out?
Like Neighbors. Yeah.
Dude, I think I'm buying in, bro.
I might too. I might.
You know what? This is a fucking don't overthink it under. How do the Giants score?
Yeah, and then the Seahawks just bend, don't break.
Yep.
Or the Seahawks drive down and they just settle for field goals.
Even against the fucking Dolphins, they really only mustered up 17 points for the majority of the game. Sloppy couple of turnovers.
Their offense looked really good last week, though.
They did.
Really good.
They did.
And Kenneth Walker's back, so that's
run the clock. Run the clock.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, back to baseball. The Guardians are minus 125 to win the series. I think that's incredibly short. A lot of yak corn. I guess, I said yards. I did yak for running back, and that's yards after catch. I think that's the joke Pandemic just made. That was not a ball knower comment. My bad. I think that's a short price for the Guardians. Who do the Guardians have on their rotation? I know we're not ball knowers, so I'm asking the chat. Field goal, total yards.
Maybe
over.
They get the Lively guy.
Ben Lively. They have somebody else we're not thinking.
I always think it's Blake Lively, which obviously it's not Blake Lively, but that's how I always read it in my head.
I think that too. Bybee, Cobb. Wait, what? Cobb? What are you talking about? No, they don't. Cobb? He's like their go-to guy. Williams is a good one. Garrett Williams or Gavin Williams. Going to be BP games versus BP games in multiple starts. That's disgusting. Oh, okay. All right. The Phillies are minus 195 to beat the Mets. That sucks.
I don't think it does, man. I still like the Mets here.
You do?
Dude, the Phillies are really fucking good, so I'm not too surprised. But aren't you the one that always says a little under 200 is a little bit trappy, and the Yankees are just over 200, and the Phillies are just under it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That's a really good point. I just hate that it feels like it feels like the Phillies can be beat. And I wish it's still kind of a steep price, but I guess it's warranted because if it's in a best of 5 series, they have the overwhelming pitching advantage, right? with Wheeler and fucking Nola.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well, the Phillies are the third favorite, 450 to win the World Series, right in front of the Padres, who are 650. We'll talk about them in a second. Just under 200, you take the dog for sure. Yeah, Cam Friend. That's a pretty good thought. Oh, we didn't talk about the game tonight. Syracuse winning tonight. Logan, we are going to be on the under in that game. I don't know. Greg, do you have any thought on the side? You're kind of a Syracuse guy. Didn't you get your master's from Syracuse?
Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't make me a huge Syracuse guy.
True.
I'm tailing you guys on the under. I honestly don't have a take on this.
Okay. Nasty under. I got to get that bet in, by the way. Oh, we can't bet it. Syracuse is in New York. W Masters flex. Oh yeah, very funny. Minus 185 against the team of destiny and everybody on them. I bet. Yeah, Phillies. I Phil Zutley. I kind of see that. Unfortunately, no. Cam Friend. I like the under. I don't think Kyle McCord on his first road game in Vegas is going to do very well. Honda Accord McCord legacy game. Very funny. Surely Philly isn't biased. Yep. Okay. Let's go to a couple more of these series prices. What time is it? 11:35. We'll probably shut it down here in a few minutes. Two more, obviously. Royals, Yankees. Yankees are minus 195. Listen.
Oh, I thought they were 205. They came down a little bit.
I'm looking on Bet Online. They might have been 205 elsewhere. Here's the one thing that the Mets have hope for. Both of these 195 series favorites ain't coming out alive. And I'll tell you right now, the Yankees are not losing in the first round. They're just not.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know, but come on, take your money, take your bet aside or out of this. The Yankees are not losing to the Royals.
I feel really good about the Yankees now that the Astros are knocked out, because that's kind of been their nemesis.
Yeah. Yep. Good point. Also, can the ball knowers out there, famous last words? Yeah, Cam is right. Can you guys tell me what's the rotation going to be for the Yankees? Garrett is 100% at this point, I would assume.
Yeah, he's starting game one. Absolutely.
All right. Garrett, game one. Is Nestor going to make the top three, or is Heel up there?
No, I think there was some controversy on that. I don't think he did.
Nestor is out.
Yeah.
Well, no. Lil Bill says Cole, Nestor in the bullpen. No. That's not it.
Rodon's game two.
I gotta tell you what, I don't like Rodon. I'm taking the Royals.
Luis Gil, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's pronounced Heel, by the way. Royals pitching top to bottom is better. Yankees prone to choking, especially Judge. BK on YouTube says Yankees have 0 chance of making the World Series. Cash it. Although, hey, ball knower BK said, how is the over not a nuke last night? I said, BK, I love the over, but I'm on an island. Nobody does. What makes you like the over? He's like, I don't know, Baker in a dome. The Falcons play in a dome, right?
Don't overthink it, yeah.
I said, yeah, they play in a dome. But then Ian chimed in. He said, actually, they have a retractable roof. Greg, I will bet you. Okay. Rodon has had a sneaky good year. Oh, has he? Okay. Well, I've never been really a Rodon guy, but maybe I don't know ball. There's a DraftKings bet right now. Judge under 297 batting average. Oh, my God. That's actually very fun. You can bet on teams' batting average. Okay, the last one, Greg. Dodgers series price. It's an odd number right now. Minus 137 against the Padres.
Yeah.
It's the Dodgers.
I mean, the Padres might be that team, but also, who doesn't think the Dodgers choke? You know?
Everybody's talking about the Dodgers choking.
Yeah, there's no way I'm betting them, but if I did bet this series, it would probably be the Dodgers. Like, I just feel like everybody thinks they're going to choke, but at the same time, they always choke, so who wants them?
Right.
Padres are trendy, man. It's it just seems to me like it's going to be Padres Mets.
It feels like the Phillies are being slept on the most, I feel like.
Really?
Out of the big dogs. Have you heard anyone talk about the Phillies? I haven't.
Yeah, but they've just been there so much. So I feel like those teams don't get as much publicity, right? They won the NL back-to-back years.
Yeah, but right, I kind of see what you're saying, but also if you have been there and like you're good, it's like, okay, the Phillies are finally due, you know? Like they're due to break through because they didn't win it, did they?
No, they lost both.
Who did they lose before? Astros, and then they lost to the Diamondbacks?
No, the Diamondbacks are in the NL.
Who the fuck did they lose to? The Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers last year. It was a bad day to be a Texas Ranger, though. Don't forget that. It was a bad year last year for them.
God damn it. I think that everybody's sleeping on the Phillies, and it scares me. But nobody's really that confident in the Yankees. I think people really like.
You're right. No, I'm wrong. The D-backs didn't lose. The Phillies lost 2 years before that. I was gonna say, yeah, I do not remember the Phillies losing to the Diamondbacks. We're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I know we are. No D-backs lost the rain. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Everyone hates the Yankees, I guess. Matt, I kind of agree. Nobody likes the Yankees this year. I feel like that, but they're not sleeping on them. They're just saying the Yankees aren't winning because Clay Holmes is a terrorist and Judge chokes. Astros and D-backs out. Phil's our arch nemesis. Well, that's a good point. All right, Greg. It's 11:40. I think we're good to wrap up. Do you have any bets tomorrow in baseball? Oh, that's actually the last thing I wanted to do. Let's just go over the games tomorrow and then we'll shut it down.
Yeah, I'm here. I want to hear it. I'm all for it.
I feel like I'm rushing, but you're not. You're not giving me rushing vibes.
I'm out of here at noon. We get 20 minutes.
Okay.
Also, I want to hear you when you get into hockey. When's that going to happen?
Dude,
it's right around the fucking corner, bro.
It's got to happen next week.
I mean, yeah, it's the fucking puck drops next week. I would say it's going to happen before that.
I'm going to no ice talk. Yeah, but come on, do we really have a game today? It's the first game of the fucking season. I don't bet week 0 in college football. I need sample sizes, so I got to get a read on these teams. I will be betting future bets though, which I don't care about any of these teams playing today. So I'm okay there. I need to do my research, dude. I've totally been out of the lab.
Tuesday it starts.
Isles Rangers tonight? No, it's not. Shut up. Puck drops in an hour and a half. That'll be awesome. Overseas game today. Yep. Tage Thompson, anytime goal. Dude, everybody loves Tage Thompson. Okay, wait. Seriously, real quick. Let's go through these games on Saturday. Mets, Phillies. You got Wheeler against the Mets. I don't know who's pitching for the Mets, but Wheeler's minus 192. Total at 7, juiced over. Preseason. Shut the fuck up, BK. I'm not.
Dude, they are playing. The Devils play tomorrow.
What?
The Devils play the Sabres tomorrow in Prague.
Tomorrow they play like literally in an hour and a half.
That's wild. That can't be right. Oh damn!
Welcome to my life, bro. How am I supposed to keep up with all this? I literally just went from fucking the MLB grind while you and Steak were kicking your feet up for 2 months, and then and trying to do golf right into the NFL and college football. I just need a second for some fucking mental clarity.
The O2 Arena in Prague. Yeah, it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Cousin Sway subs, Corn, you motherfucker. Cornfields just gave out, what'd you give out? 5 sub bangs? W Cornfields, appreciate it. Let's see who got him. Alex Cash Kauka, that's fun. DeMar W. Davidson and West by God. W's, enjoy the Twizzy with a sub bang too. Oh, a couple new follows, by the way. My bad. Oh, wait, who is this? Never mind. I scrolled down by mistake. V12, I already gave you a shout out. W Corn, thank you. Thank you. Cash Kawa says W Corn. Today at 1, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Puck dropping. I don't know. I will tell you, I'll give you a little sneaky. Javon says, so this is what I wanted to do in the NHL. I wanted to locate the team like the New York Rangers last year, where they have a ton of talent, but they've let everybody down for a few years. And then everybody said, fuck this, I'm out. And nobody talked about them. And then they won the President's Cup and had the best record in the NHL regular season. I want to locate this year's New York Rangers. Like, who's the team people are finally out on, or not even out on, just not talking about. I was wondering if people are like, I'm fucking over the Dallas Stars. Like, even I'm over the Dallas Stars. I'm also over the Carolina Hurricanes. I bet them 2 years in a row to win the Stanley Cup. I'm over it. But Greg, if you remember, do you remember when I told you the fucking Colorado Avalanche are a wagon, and I bet them to win the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row, and I stopped, and then you fucking waltz in with your Colorado Avalanche ticket to win the Stanley Cup, and you hit, you motherfucker. But good job, though. That was smart.
$200 free play.
I feel like there is one of those teams is like the fatigue sets in, but now is the time they actually do it. So, but Javon says there might be a little something there with the Lightning. Lightning are a team that's played a lot of hockey. Think about how many deep cup runs they made. They actually maybe could have used the time off and freeing up some cap space with Stammer gone. So I won't steal his thunder. I'll let him talk about that on Behind the Lines. What does it say? My Rangers Stanley Cup future cash is bang. Shut the fuck up. Stars at Hurricanes. That's what I had last year. That would be the Minnesota Wild. Interesting. Sabres. No. Couldn't agree more. Might as well play Swirls to win the series. It already cashed. How many games does Atlanta lose the rest of the season, DGen? Not many. Not many. Their season.
They have an easy schedule.
Oh, very, 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 very. Yeah. Probably maybe 4 tops. So I guess that means
the Bucs have a brutal schedule coming up.
And so I was talking with Javon and the guys today, and I said, I was going to fade the Falcons until I saw their schedule. I'm not going to take their under wins because it's so easy. I said I want revenge on the rematch when the Bucs play them in 3 weeks. And Jovan showed me, he said, it's a terrible spot, though. They play the Ravens on Monday Night Football. Then they play the Falcons. Then they play the Chiefs.
And then they play the 49ers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not joking. Their schedule's brutal for the next couple weeks.
Maybe that's why they're holding guys out.
I don't think so. I don't think you hold guys out of a division game unless they can't go.
No, you're right. But like Winfield, Clancy, like these are important pieces. Oilers aren't winning one. Yep, Oilers got unfinished business. Dallas Stars, it's our year. Yeah. Where did the R thing come from, by the way? Instead of our year, it's our year. Who?
I think Prime Bets did that. And everybody's kind of spinning it off like it's our year about the Cowboys.
It's very funny. Hype Train level 2 and Twitch W's. Thank you guys. All right. Wheeler and the Mets game 1 tomorrow, 4:00. I'm going to really try to go to a Phillies playoff game. Have you been to a Phillies game, by the way? Not even just playoffs, but Phillies game?
Yeah. I haven't been to a playoff game, but I've been to a Phillies game.
Yeah. Anna's old coworker, she fucking works for the Phillies or he works for the Phillies. And we're going to try to get some tickets, but apparently it's not easy. All right. New York Mets, Phillies, Kansas City Royals, and the Yankees. Garrett Cole against Michael Wacha. Total at 8 under -1 to 18. This is the first 8 on the board. First 8 on the board. That is high. Cole and Wacha. That is interesting. I got to tweet this. I have to tweet this.
I tweet it. You said it 10 times. You can do it.
Cole's -205. The playoff bank is electric. Yeah, it looks
What is
awesome.
Max? These games say they're on Max. Is that HBO Max?
Yeah, it's not called HBO anymore.
So HBO has playoff. This has gotten out of control. It's
bad. No, that can't be right. That can't be right.
It says the Yankees game is on Max.
There's playoff baseball on HBO now. By the way, I hate the name Max. There's
Max
playoff
Plus. Yeah.
Can we confirm that?
Yeah, it says Tigers Guardians is on Max/TBS, and it says Yankees is just on Max.
I hate that. So much. Yankees tomorrow night.
Netflix fucked us all. It really fucked us all.
Yankees, yeah, seriously. Yankees are -205 against Wacha. There's going to be some runs in that game. I think the Yankees are going to go ballistic. I don't think Cole's getting hit. And then good one in the West Coast. San Diego Padres, total 7.5. The over slightly juiced. Dylan Cease in the LA Dodgers. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Dodgers are -135. How has Yamamoto been? I doubt you know. So anybody in the chat?
No clue.
If anybody in the chat, this is their ace. It must be if they're rested, right?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Dodgers FS1, Yanks TB back.
Dude, how crazy that the Tigers got rid of Flaherty? Like that'd be so wild.
Who is their second pitcher right now?
Fuck if I know.
I don't know.
He pitched well. In game 2.
Reese Olson. They have Reese Olson.
That's right. They have like Mize or something. Miz.
Yeah. Casey Mize. It's amazing. I can't believe the Tigers are doing this. I really can't. I'm so happy they beat the Astros, though, and they swept them. I hate the Astros. I hated Beeve out there sucking the Astros dick. God, it annoyed the shit out of me. Who likes the Astros unless you're an Astros fan? Well, I know he bet on them, though. It makes sense. Moto is good, but won't go deep into the game. Olsen and Montero, who just threw a no-hitter a couple months ago. Good Lord. Was it against the Blue Jays? I feel like they're always throwing no-hitters against the Blue Jays. XRS X18 gave out 5 community sub bangs. Let's go.
There we go.
I don't know that I've seen your name before. XR's 18. Wait a minute. Was that just Cornfields? No, he's a new follower. What the hell is that? Who's XR's 15? We got more people getting sub bangs. Jay Clear, T Burn, Nerfy Chad, The Rice Prophet, ID J Fitz, W's. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Dodgers -137 on the series. That's Cousins' burner account. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up, Corn. Okay. Before we get off, by the way, I know people are probably curious about these 2 football games tonight. I think there's 2. No, holy shit. There's
I think
fucking
there's 3.
4.
4.
Although Jacksonville State doesn't really count. Let's go through these real quick. Nothing on Kennesaw, Jacksonville. I think Javon liked Houston team total over. Greg, did you get to tune in at all to yesterday's college football or no, Wednesday's college football stream?
No.
So Javon, obviously, he's a TCU alum. He thinks that he thinks TCU, their defense kind of slouches a little bit. They have a big
That
game.
total feels really high.
Well, TCU can
Didn't
put up a lot
Houston
of
just
points.
get shut out?
Yes, but look at these TCU games. They've gone over in 4 or 5, and they're soaring over. But yes, so Houston got shut out in back-to-back games. So if you think the total's high, he likes the team total over. Steak likes TCU. I kind of like TCU too, but Javon doesn't really. It could be a little bit of a sleepy game. 16-point favorites. I think we get some scoring in this game.
I might take that over.
I know, and you know what that makes me think? Same line, same time. Actually, no, it's not the same line. And it's not even the same time. Like an under in UNLV. UNLV. Oh my God. Wait a minute. That was 58.5. You got to be fucking kidding me. There's no way that dropped 2 points.
56.
There's no fucking way that dropped 2 points. There's just no way. Gogo Dino gave out 5 sub banks. Hey, that's you. Let's go, Greg. Who got them this time? Let's see. OD NHL. NHL will be talked about. Preview will have to be Monday. Watt, Hagelin Snipes, ATV, and Big Dilf W's. All right. Houston, TCU, lean the over there. Syracuse, UNLV, under. I wonder, could you imagine? Just imagine something. Imagine the Degenerate newsletter ends up being a syndicate. And we release our plays, and it moves the market.
We're moving it. Yeah.
Could you? I'm not kidding. I'm not saying that's happening. Could you imagine? You know how like Chernoff on his
Then
podcast?
we can release fake plays and then buy the value on the other side and fuck everybody over. That's what I would do.
Yeah, but we have subscribers. They would
Fuck them.
You're a selfish little bastard. That's why you want to see all my teams fucking crash and burn. Meanwhile, I saw Delaney mention, I repeated the story a million times, like, oh, DGen loves that story about the Penguins thing. Yeah, it's kind of fucking nice, and you would like it too, Tim. Anyways, this line dropped 2.5 points since we released it on our newsletter. I have a strange feeling because you know what? When I would give out player props on pitchers, I would see strikeout totals. I would say, oh, this guy, 6.5, I'm going to go under, and it would move from 6.5 to 5.5. I'm telling you, there's whales out there watching. Who are you?
It's 56 on the offshore.
You have to be fucking kidding me. Dude,
that's where you have to bet it. We can't bet it on anything here.
We're a syndicate. I can't believe we're a syndicate. What do we do now? Do we have to like license as a syndicate?
I don't think so. I think we got a while till we have to get a license on anything.
Hold on. I mean, this is just not okay. Oh no.
It was 58.5, you said?
Yes.
Jesus.
Did you guys already punch it in?
No.
Oh, it's on your fucking Action Network. Greg, you got to
put
it
on
on
Action. I didn't put it in here. You can put on Action.
Just start getting in the habit of betting it and then putting it on Action.
If I did that, I'd have an extra 2 points here.
Oh,
now I got to buy 2.5
my
points.
God. This can't be right. It's 55.5. The total moved 3 points.
I just got it at 56, but that sucks. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. This line is down 3 points. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, there's a lot of bad news around UNLV though, right? With the quarterback and the running back.
That was last week, and they just scored 59 fucking points. Maybe there's a big injury. I don't know. Or we move the market. It's going to land on 50.
Probably a big injury.
Why don't you think we move the market?
I don't know. I get a lot of reasons. It's a pretty big
Okay.
market.
Okay, so the last thing we'll talk about, and then we'll wrap it up. Michigan State and Oregon. Oregon's 23.5-point favorite, the total of 52. So let me read you what Steak sent us. Let me read the chat.
Is this Oregon's first Big Ten game?
Yes. Yes, it is. Oregon, this is what Steak said. He said, oh, where is it? Okay, want to hear oh God, he pulls a mid-major, Matt. You want to hear a mid-major play I like? Or want to hear a college football play I like? It's like, no, we don't. And then you respond with the ear emoji. You love emojis. Michigan State team total over or just the game over. 52.5 seems really high in the two teams' 9 football games this year. 7 of 9 have went under that number. I don't know what he means by that. In the two teams. Wait, is he saying between the two teams? Hold on.
I think so.
Well, that would mean every Michigan State game has gone under. Oh, one of them went over, but it didn't go over 51. I see what he's saying. No Michigan State game has gone over 52, but it is Oregon. Oregon just played a game that was 47. And they went over. Okay. And then he said Michigan State just played similar opponent and lost 38-7. Oregon gave up 13 and 14 to Oregon State and UCLA. I'm kind of into what he's putting down.
But I don't think he landed on anything. Didn't he say it was Oregon team total or he was
No. Michigan State team total or the game over. And then he asked me what I like more. I like Michigan State team total.
Got it. I think you guys sold me on this TCU over. I might just take an over and an under.
Okay. I might take Michigan State team total, and we'll and then I guess I'm going to take this under that we gave out at 58.5. And well, I hope I get it. Shame on me. Should have punched the plays in this morning. I'm going to go do that right now, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Greg, any parting words? You did great. Thank you very much. The Matt Play tease was awesome. We'll do NHL previews next week, Monday. I'll do some research and get back to you all on those. We'll put a little newsletter together as well. Greg, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll chat with you later. And then I'll see you next Saturday. Big day of college football watching. I'll give the chat more details about that. Greg, thank you for coming on.
Good luck, everybody. Take care.
Take it easy. Greg. Don't forget, Greg does a big bulk of the newsletter work, which we very much appreciate. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut it down and wrap it up. Is there anybody on right now that needs to get rated? My mustache is itchy as a motherfucker. Betting news is on right now. I like betting news. All right, let's get you guys over to betting news. Thanks for hanging out. What a great week. Fun game last night. Sad result. What are you going to do? Credit to the Falcons. All right, credit to the Falcons. Seriously, though, as always, appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out and contribute, typing in the chat, giving us some thoughts, some feedback, having some fun. We enjoyed doing it. Betting news. There we go. Boom. Thank you, Sick Money. Thank you, JP. Dig Dad says titties, ? No. Send you over to betting news. Say what's up to betting news. Let's go. Make sure you hit the raid. There we go. 30 people in the raid. There we go. Good dudes over there. Go say what's up. Let's give them some support and have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you on Prop Talk, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Peace.